not done that for a while now, and we're looking at new ways we can work, stay in contact with you, and still be helpful. So we've had a bunch of ideas. One idea is we want to email all of our customers roughly once every 6 weeks. You'd have received an email last week or possibly the week before, which led to you signing on to this webinar. We try and keep it short and sweet, so there's only ever going to be 2 or 3 points there. So the last one was, we're doing our free webinar. Would you like to sign up? Our catalogue offers run to the end of the year. Remember, if you're placing orders. And I think we alluded to a Christmas prize or raffle or some kind of competition we're doing in December. We'll probably get another one out roughly in January, I imagine. And there'll be hopefully some new promotions or some new information for you that you'll also find useful. So this is our very first webinar. We've decided to do it on the SLS Lab Basics range because it's unique to us. Lots of webinars and online events are going on at the moment, and we knew you wouldn't have done this one before. Apart from that, the feedback we're getting are people are expecting budget cuts because of the amount they've spent to get COVID safe, and this is a product range which can stretch your budget. And thirdly, we are running promotions on these products, I think until the end of the year, maybe into January, but I'll let Martin talk more about that when I pass over to him, because he's our marketing guy. And if you placed an order recently and got a chocolate bar, it's Martin you have to thank. So keep your hand high. So yeah, the SLS Lab Basics range. SLS, for those of you who don't know, stands for Scientific Laboratory Supplies, and they are the parent company of Select Education. Quick bit of background about them. They started trading in 1991. They grew really fast, and now they are the largest independent supplier of laboratory equipment, chemicals and consumables. Why does the company create their own product brand? We do it because we're established in the marketplace and we think we can do it really well. We have confidence in our reputation and we think we know what the customer wants. I mean, we have lots of suppliers and manufacturers we work with and lots we don't work with that always contact us asking us to sell their products. But we've worked with ones which we trust and work with for years, and we've asked them to develop our own products. And the way we've chosen the products is using market data. So we know roughly what you guys are spending on. For an example, there are 30 odd different microscopes in our product range. And we will sell some of all of them because people have different preferences and needs. But there's always one which sells way more than the rest. Same with balances, same with a lot of products. And when we notice that everyone seems to be buying this one microscope or this one balance, we ask ourselves why, and then we go away and work with our trusted suppliers and manufacturers to see if we can produce one at those specifications for an even cheaper price. The main way the whole range works is we try and have 3 tiers of equipment. We have, I'll use glassware as an example. So we have Pyrex, which we call our premium. We have something like Kimball, which would be our mid-range. And then we have something like Academy, which is our economy range. Obviously, premium is a lot more expensive than economy. And the idea of the SLS Lab Basics range is we get as close to the premium quality and as close to the economy price. So hopefully, you're getting a bit of both. We launched, or SLS launched, their first SLS product back in 2001 when they acquired a plastic manufacturing company in the northeast of England called Greiner. So some of you may have heard of it. For that reason, our first products were Petri dishes and measuring cylinders. I think some kitchen containers. Since then, we've added a few more products not every year, but every so often. This year, our newest products were some glassware, which some staples I'm going to show you. And we also added some balances. I have got some few products to show you. It's not as good as being in person, but we'll hold stuff up to the camera and see if you can get a look. With the measuring cylinders, for example, one thing people always ask me is, can you see things clearly? There's a bit of red food colouring in that one. You can see the graduations are quite clear. We had a problem with economy ones before where the graduations were washing off. And that's one of our glass ones, which is very clear. And just to give you an idea of the price difference that you'll be looking at, just checking my notes to see the prices, that's all. A pack of 2 of these 50mm glass measuring cylinders, hexagonal base, cost £3.19. Whereas if you used to get the Pyrex equivalent, which would be our premium range, you would be looking at £12.26. So it's quite a big price saving in that regard. And it is the same throughout the consumable range. We have some lovely little volumetric flasks, which we brought out recently. And our own reagent bottles as well. So I'll pass you over to Martin, who's going to talk about the first couple of products. I think it's the balances. And
I'm just going back to the marketing bit you mentioned that I was going to talk about. Most of these products you're going to see today are actually already on offer, or if they're not, they're already the lowest price in the market. You should all have received our new Focus Ed brochure. This is basically, we're going to release this every three times a year, and it has all our exciting new products and all of our products on offer. So be sure to look out for that. But as I said before, a lot of these products are already cheap enough, but some I've got discount as well. I'll add it on. I'll pass you back to Gary to go on to the next first product.
Okay, I think the first product was you though, wasn't it, Martin?
Yeah, I'm just
We did have a practice the other day, but it's still a bit rough around the edges.
Well, it's all new. Are you going to pull up that?
Do you want me to share my screen, or do you want to share yours?
Because I want to say next slide, please. So.
All right. Okay. Let me see if
all the rage. No.
Share screen.
I suppose I should have shared mine so they could see the product.
Well, I can share mine. That's fine. No, I shared the wrong thing.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't match. What generation then?
Show windows. Sorry, I've got a lot of windows open and it's slowed me down. But here we go. That's the first product, which is our New Balance.
Yep. So this is manufactured by a UK manufacturer. We're not allowed to say for contractual purposes who it is, but if you look at it, you'll probably figure it out pretty easily. We also sell this brand as well. Because it's not branded, it's not one of our own branded, we can offer it at a much lower price. But I'll just talk you through the features before we go on to that. Okay, they're stackable. This one I'm showing you now actually is the 0.01 resolution, and they come in two versions, the 600 and the 2000. There's not much in the price really either. They're stackable, so you can stack them in the cupboard, save space. I think probably they advise about 5 on top of each other. You can also lock the menu, so there isn't any, so the kids can't start messing with the calibrations. It's also got a backlit display, which is very clear. I haven't got this one on at the moment because I'm waving it around. But you can also pair it by batteries and or an AC supply. It's quite robust. It's made of ABS plastic. It's also got an integrated load protector. So if you put 4 times its maximum capacity on there, it still won't break it. As with most balances, it's got your leveling bubble and adjustable feet, which are a right pain to every time you have to pull them out. The other thing is these balances come with a 2-year warranty. We also have even further budget versions of, if you want to scroll down, Gary.
Yeah.
Of this just slightly.
Oh, sorry, just to interject, I had put page numbers and things like that on some of this information. So if you have a catalogue handy, you can flick to the right page if you want to look while Martin's talking.
Yeah, and we also do an even more economic version, which is often 0.01 and 1 gram resolutions, and they're even cheaper again. So you've got quite a range there. I mean, the 0.01, 600 gram, you'd be hard pushed to get one of those of the same spec for less than £100. Most are 100, 120. So this one is a really good quality, a reasonable price, a good price as well. I think it's one of the best in the market. So
If I was just going to say, if you want the equivalent specifications for an O house balance, it's actually £208, the closest one I could find to that. So it's a very good saving.
Right, so we go on to the next. Is just any questions? Leave them in the comments box, and we'll get back to you later. Next product is your hot plate stirrer, a staple of most prep rooms. You all need these to make up your solutions. So, I mean, this one is a very good price. I mean, for what it is, degrees, it speeds up quite quickly. It's also got a ceramic coated hot plate, so it's corrosive resistant. It's got an LED display to show you temperature and your speed. It also has a safety feature. If it's hot than 50, it will keep the light on. Again, it's ABS chemical resistant casing, as with the balance as well. And also it's got temperature probe as well, so you can actually control the temperature of the solution, not the plate. And as you can see, the page numbers and the codes are down there. And there is a more advanced version as well. This comes with a temperature probe, and you can set the temperature using the probe. I'm not familiar with this one myself. Never really sold any of these. Again, it's just very much the same, but it's just a lot more advanced, and it also goes up to a much higher temperature.
Okay, thank you, Martin. I'll stop sharing the screen for a moment. And sorry, I just want to admit a few people have joined late. Okay. Okay, I did think we'd try and do one practical, since you know, this is science, and it's nice to see a practical when you're on these webinars. Hopefully I'll get all the angles right. I'm going to show you how air weighs something. So going on from Martin using the balances. The original idea was to use the two-place Valido balance, which Martin just showed you, but unfortunately I only have the one decimal place balance at home. So I'm going to be using this mini economy balance. It's one of the products not in our SLS range. It is one of the promotions. So if you're using over 250 promotion at the moment, you get one of these for free. Now, I know Martin, only you can talk at the moment. Can you see that says 0.00 at the moment or not?
No, I can't. I could have made, yeah, no, can't see it.
All right. Sorry, with the laptop camera, it's gonna be a little bit difficult. What I'll do is I'll show you the practical, and you'll have to trust me. I'll tell you what the readings are. So what we have here is that's a gas chamber. So we're going to weigh that. Then I'm going to suck the air out, and it should weigh 0.5 gram less than it did at the start. So for anyone with good eyesight, that is 547.16. Hope someone can remember that, because I might forget. Put it back on. It's now 546.61. So yeah, you're losing roughly 0.5 gram. That's an experiment I used to quite like doing exhibitions in front of people. Kids are amazed by it because they never believe that air weighs anything. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go on and show you a couple of our biology products. This has been a bestseller of ours for quite a long time. It's the SLS Lab Basic Microscope. which we sell for under £100. As I said earlier, we noticed from our microscope range, most schools seem to be buying one of the Motec versions, lower end. So that is the exact same specifications. 1 minute, I'll share my screen again because I think I have something on it as well. Yep, here we go. Right. So here we go. So yeah, so it comes with 3 objectives, ×4, ×10, ×40. If you need a ×100, you can always replace one of the existing objectives. It is LED illuminated, which is important nowadays. It's a lot better than the yellow tungsten bulb, which the old microscopes had. And it can work without being plugged in, has rechargeable batteries, so you don't need lots of wires hanging around everywhere. It comes with a 1-year warranty as well. You can see information about it on page 121 in the catalogue. There's a pack price, which is our absolute best price. We can't get any lower than that, I don't think, which works out to £80.65p each. We brought this out, I think it was 2 years ago, and by far it's our best-selling microscope since then. And for good reason. It does everything you want it to do. The one niggly thing I'd say I'm not too keen on is there's no mechanical stage, which I know some people like if they want to measure cells and stuff. But nowadays, you can buy that separately. Correct me if I'm wrong, one of the other TSMs in the chat, but I think it's about £25. And all you do is you unscrew these 2 bits and you screw it on. And then you've got a mechanical stage with a microscope as well, which is great. Scrolling further down. This part here, say, was just copy and pasted from the website. It's the same information you'll see in the catalogue. Our Pippa tours. These have been out for quite a long time. They look like this. The reason the code has 2 question marks at the end is because we sell 9 different ones that do different ranges. Say £44.50 might sound expensive, but these are based on the industrial Gilson Eppendorf pipettes, which I think they cost £145 if I remember from memory. Sorry, I was admitting someone else. So to use these, this little dial at the top you twist, and that changes the amount. One button here, it says taken up the liquid, and to eject, push that and you eject your tip, which is now falling on the floor for me. But yeah, if you're doing biology A level and you need something accurate and reliable and you can't spend over £100 to get a Pippa tour, then this would be a good product for you. I'll pass you back to Martin.
Hi there again. Hi again. So, right, what are we doing next?
Oh, sorry. You want me to just continue with share screen?
If you don't mind, it's easier.
No,
it isn't on there anyway. So,
yeah.
I don't know if any of you are familiar with Vortex mixers or you require them. They're mainly for A level and universities. If you're not familiar with a Vortex mixer, it's the lazy man's shaking of a test tube. So this version, you can adjust the speed it shakes and creates a vortex. And also it's touch sensitive. So when you put your test tube on there, as soon as you click it down, it'll start swirling it. You can also turn that function off and you can have it just on a button. I don't know, Gary, do we sell many of these to schools as much? But mainly sixth forms, more like
yeah, they have to be a school that's A level, really. I'm not sure exactly how many we sell.
Yeah, I mean, they're brilliant. They're a brilliant bit of kit. And a lot cheaper. Have you got any prices of the competitor prices of these?
Yep, I was just checking, and I think Stuart Vortex Mixer was the closest I could find, and that was £177. And the one you're showing is £99.25, so it is nearly £80 cheaper.
Right, we'll just skim over the next product. Because again, it's another product. It's a big old beast as well. It's a micro centrifuge. I won't go into too much detail about that. They're there if you need them. They're a lot cheaper than the competitors again, but not many people will require them. But if you do need one, you know we've got one.
And we've got it for under £100 on page 450 if you want to have a look at that.
That's the version, Gary. The big one that I've been sent.
Oh, you got the big one. Sorry about that.
Yeah, they should have sent the smaller one, but yeah, we've got for mainly A-level biology will be the smaller, cheaper micro mini centrifuge.
I think.
Okay, slide down, please.
Yeah, up. We have to go, don't we? There we go.
It's again. We've ended on the big high-end ticket items. This is a replacement for your traditional water still. As you know, water stills are very inefficient. It's basically like leaving a kettle on to boil for 6 hours a day. And what's coming about now is a lot of schools are trying to be more green, more efficient, and there's a lot of money available for sustainability. And this is the solution to your water still. It's basically a one-box solution. You just put it on the side, plumb it in, and it's ready to go. And it runs the water through various different filters. And what it does as well, I mean, it automatically fills up. So when you leave at night and you've used, 10 litres, 20 litres, you come back in the morning and it's topped up again. So there's no more forgetting to turn off the water still, which I've done 3 times as a technician. So this would have been great for me. And here you go. I mean, in the long run, it actually saves money. Because, as you can see there, the comparison between the still and the reverse osmosis system, the daily running cost to produce 1 litre. And it's quite a significant saving over the year. So if you are interested in that, please contact one of your reps, TSMs, and we'll be happy to point you in the right direction. And if you want us to help you make a case towards the Bursa, we can do that as well on your side.
Yeah, I mean, we could
here to help to use.
Yeah, I mean, we can forward you this table because if you're at a college or a school that's trying to go green or show you're more environmentally friendly, then this is the sort of product which the science department could get. And like Martin said, in the long run, it does save you money. It's more convenient as well because you kind of always have 35 litres there ready to use. We haven't sold many. It is another new product. Sorry, yeah,
I was just going to say, the outline cost is quite high, so it's £2,800 to start with, if you say it quick. However, over 10 years, it will sort of pay for itself, but mainly for if the sustainability money, like Gary says, if schools are trying to go greener as well, it's a great solution. We don't expect you to all throw away your water stills and buy these RO systems. I mean, you can, but it's not that's not realistic. It's mainly for schools that use quite a lot of distilled water. The school that I sold one into, they get through 30 litres a day. So that's the kind of level.
It's more. I mean, if anyone ever tells me their water still's busted, can you give me a quote for a new water still? I give them the quote, but I do also always tell them about this product because if you're buying new, in the long run, it's more convenient for you, and the school will save money over time if you're paying electricity bill. So if you're a private school, then you'll definitely save money with this. I'll stop sharing my screen now. So me and Martin have gone through a selection of the products which we do have in the range. We didn't cover everything. There's we bought our own Rubens tube. We have our own power supply as well. And I think a couple other little bits, but what we've covered are what we think most people are interested in. I can see the chat's been a bit active. But yeah, if anyone wants to ask questions now or talk, feel free to unmute yourself because we have covered the stuff we wanted to talk about now. So if it goes crazy and everyone talks at the same time, we'll go back to using the chat message board. apart from that, say this is our first webinar. Everyone will get an email, probably from your local TSM or maybe from me to everyone. It might be a quick survey or feedback of what you thought about today, things we could do better or you'd like to see differently. If there's a webinar which lots of people want to see, we'll do our best to aim to bring that webinar to you guys. We hope it's our first of many. At some point, we'll get our suppliers involved as well. We'll have data harvest, do a data harvest one for us because that's a new product to our product range, and we work with other suppliers as well. I think Martin already mentioned, most of these products we showed you today are British. Where we can, we try and work with our British suppliers and manufacturers to produce this equipment. And yeah, we do have confidence in it. That's why we push it so much in our promotions. And say if you're trying to stretch your budget, I think it's a range of equipment which can work really, really well. Yeah, Focus said, look out for that in your prep room. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier, actually. So I forgot to mention earlier, I know a few people messaged me, as well as some of the salespeople, to say, is the webinar going ahead? I haven't had an invitation link yet. And we've got 58 people on here. So there's probably about 20 people never signed on. Partly our fault. I think you should have got a link when you registered, but we sent out today and I didn't realize, because it got sent straight from the company, I think it went into the junk mailbox for a lot of people. I sent out an invitation just after that to make sure you all got it. So if you receive two invitations, that's fine. If you only receive one invitation, then it probably means all of the company emails are being blocked and going to your junk mailbox. If you want to see them, they're normally just telling you about competitions and special things, then check your junk mailbox and tick us as someone you know, and hopefully you'll receive future emails. But yeah, I mean, you should always get an email from your local sales manager. And if you have any questions, they're the best person to contact if you're not sure who to contact. We do have a couple of technical support ladies who I think are on this call as well. But yeah, I hope everyone's enjoyed the first one. And we'll try and bring you a good one for the second one. But are there any questions that haven't been covered in the chat? Oh yeah, lovely. I can see. Yeah, Donna is replying. See, Donna, who's replying to most of these questions, is one of our technical support ladies, and she's brilliant. So I think she knows the answer to every question I've ever given her.
Yeah, I've never asked her anything, and she hasn't got back to me with a no. So it's never happened. So brilliant.
I know you. Available to everyone. So I know you all know this is our catalogue because you're all our customers and use us. What you may have not known is on this page which shows the reps, the areas we cover. Sorry, trying to get it right. At the bottom there's a tech support email address. So again, any questions you can come straight to your TSM. But if it's a technical question, most of the time the TSM quite often emails tech support to ask what the answer is. So feel free to go through to them directly. They're normally in front of their computer and can help out. So we've got about 10 minutes left, I think, before we get cut off. So it's up to you guys. If you've got any questions, stay on the line or stay on the line for a chat. And if not, enjoy your afternoon. So we've got,
okay.
We've got Julie and Lynn here, our Nick as well. It looks like everyone's working from home. We've got most of the sales team here, it seems.